had men offer me money, very shameless, like, I just want to taste an albino. People's fathers, oh.
I was working on campus like last week, and some guys were coming like, and they were like, bucket list mini, yeah. You know, I just looked at them, I'm like, yeah, you need to you know about you.
Do all people living with albinism think the same? These 6 people living with albinism will be tested with a series of difficult questions, and then will be presented with a spectrum of options to choose from.
I hate myself as an albino. The sufferness because of the sun and the everything.
Some bones are very painful.
Very.
And it now takes days, sometimes weeks.
Sometimes months, actually.
When you finish healing, it will now start peeling.
Oh my God.
I wish I can change. You should just give me small melanin.
There's a video that one of these kid make at, and Don Jazzy would always repost all those that are rubbish where they will carry cup. Oh, pour the water here,
pour the Gary
and then
away.
they'll now be pouring it.
Fact, that is mockery.
Come on.
I literally wanted to do something and I saw part of disability albino. What?
I am pained because I lost a job because people that are literally literate, CEOs, think that we cannot see. And where did they get this information from? The media.
And some people say something. Since when they are born, they have not seen the obituary of albino. Why can't they born albino? That albino should die. They say they don't used to say albino in the hospital. Why can't you born your own and carry
take to the hospital?
your own to
Thank you.
How will they confront the different point of view? I hate it when people call me albino.
There's nothing bad in it. Now you get your mouth, if you talk what you want to talk. At some point, my name on social media was Afin.
Okay, I strongly disagree because it's rude. Let's be honest, it's rude. It's mockery. Most times what I usually do to people is that I will tell them, this is my name. My name is Toby. Call me my name. So basically. My name is Oluwatobiloba Deni. I'm a model, I'm an executive assistant, I'm an albino advocate. I kind of hated myself. I ended up having self-esteem issues. I didn't want people to see me, I didn't want people to know me. And then people would always remind me that I'm this thing that I'm trying to avoid. Sometimes I had dreams about it when I'm no longer an albino.
If you call me Oyinbo or albino, I might not get angry. But the word afin, I don't like it at all. If you call me Oyinbo, I'll call you Blackie. If you call me Afin, I'll call you Boloro. But I don't like the Afin. I don't like it. But Oyinbo, why not now? Oyinbo ni me na.
I agree. The reason why is that if someone call me Oyinbo, I still feel that that thing is still normal. But if someone call me Afin, I can mock that person. Because they use that word as a word of insult.
Yeah.
They don't use that word to appreciate us, but to bullying us. So that is why. My name is Salami Taiwo Joshua, which people normally call me Adubiana. I'm an actor and a producer. Afin is an embarrassment for us. People are using it to marking us. They are not using it to promoting or to appreciate us. They have already believed that when you are an Afin, you cannot eat salt. Afin cannot do this. Afin cannot go there. When people call me Afin, I can curse your father, curse your mother. Because that thing gets me annoyed more.
I picked somewhat agree because there are two different approaches to this thing, and one of which is I lean more to the agreeing side than the disagreeing side. My name on Instagram is Albino with a Spark. It's rebranding. I did not like it, but I now, identified with the name such that when people call me that name, it doesn't mean anything. But the reason why many of us do not like being called Afin, Albino, Oyinbo is, first things first, the tone at which this person is approaching you with this thing actually matters. But most times, the people that these things are coming from are people that want to just shade you, want to make mockery of you.
Yes.
So for me, it is approach and stereotyping that differentiates it for me.
I said somewhat agree because I feel like context matters, right? Some of my friends are call me Oyinbo and I don't mind. I mean, I'm walking on the road. Oyinbo, they see.
Trauma.
Just like, I don't like it in
Wrong
that
place,
context.
wrong timing.
Exactly. Like there are certain places you can always tell when somebody is actually trying to be condescending to you, and then you can tell when somebody is being friendly. If you are being condescending, you're not gonna get a pleasant response.
Me personally, it's only the Afin that I don't like. The Oyinbo.
Why is it?
The Oyinbo, because if you're an
That is the
albino,
point.
I don't know, it just sounds like maybe the Afin is most times used as a stereotype.
Yeah.
Like most of the time when someone calls you Afin, it's like the Afin Okin Deyo, Afin Okin Riro,
Funny how I never heard the word Afin till I moved to Lagos because I grew up in Port Harcourt.
Oh, Onyocha.
That is Igbo language. Oh, yes, so that is Igbo language.
Oyi. I don't mind.
It's because of how local afin sounds.
No, it's not about the locality. It's the stereotype behind that afin name. My name is Amadu Boluwatife. I'm a student, a content creator, and most especially, I'm an advocate for persons living with albinism. I think was on Friday, I was walking and a lady saw me, it was even at night, and she was like, Jesus. And I'm like, what happened to Jesus? And she was like, Oyinbo. I'm like, hey, Bororo, what happened?
This Lagos side is still okay. Just go and try to live in Ekiti. Ondo.
In Ekiti.
See, you will regret your life that you are an albino.
So as much as not to make this a tribe thing, because of clarity, there are Igbo people that I have met, especially in Lagos Idumota Market. There are Igbo men that I've met that have discriminated me, that have talked down on me by calling me Onyocha. So that's why I said approach matters. A lot of them. I won't go to the market and say, Onyocha, you they say what they say for you, so. I walk into a restaurant and asking me, Afishon Jeyo, the food that you cook. There's no salt.
I thank God that I'm a Yoruba boy, so I know how to respond in that regard. She be a man that following you.
Very good.
Sorry, apologies.
Dating is hard for me as an albino.
First of all, like I mentioned earlier, there's the stereotype of, okay, albino Ojeyo. Most of the time, because you're transcending from that to a conversation with a lady, she's coming with mockery already. Let's be honest. I found out recently that from my ex, that she wanted to date me because she wanted to just have an experience of what it is to date an albino.
Wow.
For real, like, I kid you not.
Bucket list.
This man has gone through a lot.
My God.
This life is very hard for me to be an albino
My God.
in the sense of a relationship or anything.
Oh my God.
Okay, I just want to go. I want to toast someone. It will just tell you that afin.
Can you see?
We want to marry afin.
Hey, God.
No. Listen, I'm just getting annoyed about this too. It will just say, if I carry this, albino go meet Elijah for us. He go pursue me and say, we are going to see.
And that's valid, actually.
Yeah.
That's,
Very valid.
That's stupid language. So, okay, definitely, all those parents, they do not want their guys or anything to marry an albino.
Yeah.
Are we not a human being?
We are.
Except on one condition. If your background is very solid, if you have money, they will do it because of the money, not because of your color.
To butter his point, I choose somewhat agree because though I've dated some people in the past, but I don't know what they think or what they feel.
my brother. They just want to try you out. That's the truth.
If they think other things that they think, that is in their pocket. I don't know about it, so that's their problem. I had men offer me money, like very shameless, like I just want to taste an albino. And it's not just my experience, because I've had like multiple people too that have the same experience. And I've had people that, they had like what was a seemingly good relationship, but then it was time to get married, and then they met their partner's family, and they're like, oh yeah, we don't want this in our family. Don't bring this to our family. The one that is saying, oh, whoa, the one that is like, so basically,
that's
another topic on its own.
Sorry, ma, do you agree or do you disagree?
I somewhat disagree. In the work that I do, I get to speak with persons living with albinism every other day. Everything everybody has said here today, I understand. In fact, I know it. I'm very well aware of it. But the question is very personal. He said, me. I've not dated a lot of people. I think all my life I've dated just 2 people. The first one as a teenager was trash. We're just friends. You're not my ex, so please. The second person I am still in a relationship with, we've been in a relationship for a while, actually approached me because I'm a person living with albinism. Even while you are approaching me, I'm telling you, there's no sex until marriage. So you cannot even say the reason you're approaching me is because you want to have sex. You will waste your time. The person I am involved with, one of the ways he asked me to be his woman is, he said, I want to know what it feels like to be in your world. Not, I want to know what it feels like to have a taste of you.
From a place of curiosity.
Do you understand? He came, not from the point of curiosity. How he explained it to me, he said he's amazed because of how I do my things. I've met his family. They're amazing people, and they've accepted me wholeheartedly. That's why I said somewhat disagree, because I'm not going to trivialize the feelings of my community because of my own personal experience.
I agree, because I was in a talking stage where we were talking and he was looking nice, you know, and I did a video where I was addressing this issue. Like, it was just like a short clip that, like men who say, what is the color down there? Like, shut up. Yeah. What is the color, you know? And the guy was like scrolling through my TikTok page, and we were on a video call, and this guy asked me that, like, he saw one of my video now, and you know, if someone is viewing your video and they liked it, I saw the notification that was a particular video he liked. So it was not like that, oh, that I want to ask one of the questions from the video. No, what question? He said the second question. I said, what is the second question? Like, I don't know. He was like, I know the one that made the video. And I'm like, tell me now. And I said that, like, the second question, that she can't look at the video again. And I said, oh, why are you asking me that kind of question? Why are all men, like, why are you guys so dumb and stupid?
Ew.
He was like that, oh, do I classify him as other men now? Like, I'm like, no, blue film, nah.
Bam. Bam, bama, bamest.
The audacity. There are a lot of men that would be embarrassing themselves and their families and begging you, what color is your nipple? And all of that.
I was working on campus like last week, and some guys were coming like, and they were like, bucket list mini, yeah.
Oh my God.
I just looked at them, I'm like, yeah, you that for you know about you.
Some people will say, just once.
Like they will be, like people's fathers.
Just once. Let me just have sex with you.
Hey guys, we are here again with our daily reminder to subscribe to the channel. I'm sure we've said this a billion times. So if you're not subscribed to the channel right now, then you clearly hate us, because why are you watching the videos and not subscribed? Please subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 500,000 subscribers. Now, let's get back to the show.
So I have a very interesting thing that happened to me when I was in school. I met this girl and we were talking, and then she was like, when you both paper, she was like saying that this Igbo is fine and all of that. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. Then I said you would give birth to an Igbo. Immediately she said, God forbid.
Oh, no.
Is it the things about things? I know
It has happened since 2018. 2018, but I kid you not, till now, I still feel very scarred by that. Because I'm like, are we a curse or an abomination in some sort?
You know, one thing I always ask people that approach me for a relationship is, you like what you see, right? You want to be with what you see. Do you want a child like me? Because there is a very high chance.
Is there anything wrong with having a child like you?
There's a reason I ask that question. The reason I ask that question is, I'm a very attractive woman.
We can tell.
Do you understand what I'm saying? And as a man, whether person with albinism or person without albinism, you might find me attractive.
I'm too fine.
They are not blind.
It's enough to have me as a wife. Do you want to nurse a child? Because you need to know that if you marry me, or when you marry me, there is a 60 to 70% chance.
Yes, possibility.
And I am bringing this gene into your lineage.
Yeah.
So are you ready for what is to come? So don't just, I come with a lot of package. This is not all of me. There's still so much more. My name is Ayomide Matilda. I'm a beauty and commercial model. I'm an advocacy storyteller. I run Beyond Colors Foundation. It's very, very personal. Parents try to kill their children at birth because there are persons living with albinism.
The movie representation of people living with albinism is fair.
I choose somewhat disagree because I'm a skit maker, so I have to portray myself. Though I'm not painting myself black, but that is where I see money, just make people happy. Not that I'm painting other albinos black, but I just to entertain. I am Oluwaseun, first of 3 albinos. I'm a videographer, photographer, content creator, and I also do music. I don't do skit about albino, I do personal skits. I'm just doing it because of how people see albinos.
Me, I strongly disagree. First of all, I think that in movies, there's not even enough representation, so we can't even quantify that because there's like minimal representation. I think I've only seen one film with a person with albinism. I just found out that he's an actor.
Damilola.
Yeah, exactly. I saw a movie with Dami.
Shout out to him.
And he was not like stereotyped to do any of these things. But you see, media in general, social media, there is a lot of stupidity, ignorance. And I don't even, sorry, I know that you're a skit maker, no vex. It's not personal, right? But there are a lot of people that they are increasing beliefs that are harmful to people. They're increasing stereotypes. There are a lot of people that have platforms that perpetuate these things. There's one time, I'm going to say this one, I'm so sorry, but like there's a video that one of these skit makers made. Actually, that was not even her first video and Don Jazzy would always repost and it was giving them ginger. And I'm like, this is so silly. Like, you know that all those are rubbish where they will carry cup and then, pour the water here.
pour the garri
and then
away.
they'll now be pouring it. They'll now be pouring the water here. They'll now say, I've poured the water. Oh my God, you did not put it in the right place. Oh, I did.
Facts.
Come on.
That is mockery.
Come on. It's crazy. And then they're like, oh, it's just joke. It's just funny. This thing affect people's real life. For the first time, I was trying to cross the road. I went to Yaba. And then one man from nowhere just grabs me like, and I'm like, excuse me. He goes, I want help you now. Not be saying they see. I said, I don't understand. It's your father that brought me where I'm standing in the first place. My name is Jessica Hyacinth. I'm a woman of many talents. I run a resin and gift business. The media has power. I first learned about albinism via a social media campaign. I was in 311. The fact that I found out about a condition I was living with on social media, I was flabbergasted and embarrassed. And then there are people that are coming to this same internet and they're casually making mockery of themselves. They think it doesn't really affect them, but it's harmful to people and it goes beyond social media. It affects people's lives. It's not just vibes. It's not just your 2-second kicking. What you're liking, what you're posting, everything builds narrative and shapes other people's lives.
Who are media? We are media. We are the ones that create the content. People that watch it would end up having culture, will end up having belief systems.
We're either making or breaking belief system.
So I'm going to go digress a little bit, but I just want to prove a point. Now, the high rise of feminism is because of a media that is being passed through. Now, the high rise of albinism, because now we are the voices that people get to hear. People are getting to know more about albinism that they are. You know, most people don't even know that we have personality.
Yeah, so they will be acting shocked, like, oh my God.
Oh, you can do this. Oh, you can do that.
You speak in public, oh my God.
And now, if a media is passing out a particular narrative that we cannot see, that we cannot eat salt, it is punching in that mentality that these guys are insecure. I literally wanted to do something and I saw part of disability, albino. What? That's crazy, man.
I'm not disabled though.
Do you understand? Going on social media, it seems like the only content that we are born with is the fact that we cannot see, or we look silly, or we look dumb. That's why you end up seeing people mocking us and all of that. Media could do a better job because we are building mindsets.
Okay, totally disagree. I'm an actor too, Yoruba Nollywood actor. People want to watch us that we cannot see already. And that is what we are portraying, that we can see normal things that we are discussing here. But if they want to watch movie, if an albino did not act as if you cannot see, you are deceiving yourself.
Or they limit you to angel rule.
Oh my goodness, I played angel in church. Oh God, I'll beg you.
So, and these things happens to everybody. They say we cannot see, then too they cannot see. Ask me reason.
They are not seeing.
Tell us.
Thank you. Every one of us eyes is a lens. In camera lens, we have 75. It will zoom the thing that is far away. We have 25, which cannot zoom than 75. We have 14. It can't go far away. So that is how everybody's face is. But we albinos, we normally have 14 and 25. The people that have long sight is average among us.
Oh, I don't get content idea. I've never thought about it in that manner. It was a very good analogy.
Out of 100 that have like a long sight is, let me say 20%.
Two.
Thank you.
I've not met anybody, so I don't know.
No, it's normal thing. Albinos that they are watching us now, they will know what we are saying that is right. Even some people, if you're not near them like this, they won't see you. That is why people believe that albino cannot see. And if happen to all those black people, they will say he have sight problem. They say go and collect grass.
I picked strongly disagree. The reason is because what is on the media is just misinformation and stereotype. I get to work with different brands every other day. And one thing I have always said is every time I come back from a shoot, the money doesn't satisfy me. Not because they don't pay enough. That one is even another because they will literally underpay you because you're a person living with
another story.
That one is another topic. But what I'm trying to drive at is brands that put on their bios, on their this and that. We're an inclusion brand. One brand. We represent brand. Cap. Because I work with these people every other day, and all they need to do is strategy, aesthetics.
They're trying to make profits, man.
And they're just trying to sell their markets to the global, and they know that they might not get investors if they are not inclusive in nature. I'm trying to like manage my words because we have a skit maker here. Because I came here to actually.
I don't go manage word.
I came here to actually talk about it because I cannot be waking up every day, putting in the work, drafting out content, meeting people, speaking to people, counseling them every day. And there is somebody that has over 150,000 followers on the media portraying that persons living with albinism cannot see. I am pained because I lost a job because People that are literally literate, CEOs, think that we cannot see. And where did they get this information from? The media. What makes it more true is because persons living with albinism are the ones
Pushing up
and
the
I am
narrative.
pained because people that are not persons living with albinism cannot understand our pain as much as we do.
Yes, no.
I don't want to mention it so as not to get in trouble. People that I respect, people that I literally look up to, come to my DM and start asking me to do things that are derogatory to my person and my community. I would never do such a thing. No, you went through my page, you see the work I do, you have the audacity and the effrontery to come to my DM and ask me to come and play dumb or play blind. It's very, very personal. A lot of resources, a lot of time, a lot of effort goes into creating many of this awareness. Having to come online to see people with influence, affluence and everything, coming down to water down these efforts, it can be very, very disheartening.
I chose strongly disagree because before I started creating content, I used to think I'm the only albino in this world. So when I went on social media, most of what I saw were people trying to pour water inside a bowl and they'll pour it on the floor. And I was like, what is one thing that I can really talk about that I don't have to research like that because it's my life? And I started talking about albinism. Even family members got to know more about my struggles when I started creating content. One thing I want the people with melanin to understand is that, as it said, that our lens is 14%.
I like the analogy, by the way.
Every time they portray is that we can't see, the truth is we can see, but not as sharp as you.
Yes.
But it's not as bad as the way these people are saying. There are albinos that are nurses, there are albinos that are lawyers, there are albinos that are event planners. But I want us to understand a theory in media, agenda setting, that the media does not tell people how to think, but they tell people what to think.
Yes.
As Matilda said now that she lost a job because of that thing, now we are trying to go for IT. I cannot even put my picture on my Gmail. So that people will not know that if I'm praying like this, when I get there, because I've gone through the stereotypes, but I've not really gone through it like outside. Like it might break me. You go to an organization, they'll be like, oh, can you sing? Even lecturers. I went to the UK to go and look for my glasses for my sight, and the doctor there was asking me that why is my eyes shaking?
Disappointing.
These people that you expect for them to know better, they are the ones that are even dumb. Please stop promoting exaggerated negative narrative about persons with albinism, because the struggles are a lot already than to be facing one kind of stereotype. Truly, persons with albinism can't see as much as people with melanin can, but it is just exaggerated online. I know that there's a laptop there, but if the laptop has a name, I can't spell out the name that is there. People are just ignorant. They don't know the impact of what they put out there on another person.
Everybody's right about what they are saying.
I feel like I'm curious for the kind of, because I don't know your videos, and like I'm skits that you make. And I know that you probably know like people that actually make these skits that we're talking about. Do you make these skits that we're talking about?
No.
I used to do that skit too. Oh, just hold on.
Okay, we're holding on.
Please, everybody, please, hold on, please. About the content side, it depends.
On what?
And the Yoruba parable said, téèyàn ò bá ti rí ẹ̀gbẹ́kẹ̀lé, èèyàn á tẹra mọ́ṣẹ́ ni. Téèyàn ò bá ti rí ẹ̀fẹ̀yìntì, bí ọ̀lẹ là ń rí. I'm coming. I don't have another work.
We'll help you out later.
Except this movie. Even in the movie before, they don't used to use me as the person that cannot see. But what content brings it, so they started using me like that. I collect 10,000 and do it, 5,000 and do it.
Like, 5,000
no. Just hold down. Yes, because of the situation, this finger is not the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I understand.
I will work from morning to night. You know our flesh, I will reach out like this. Next 3 days before I recover 1 day from my body.
Yeah.
That's all my body will be paying me, be scratching me. Because of the sun. So okay, do you want me to stay at home? Okay, because I don't want this thing to happen.
I get your perspective. Me, I understand. I completely understand it. The truth is that if you keep accepting this kind of distance, you are going to be limited to this kind of road. And it's good in the short run, but in the long run, it's going to affect your career.
I will just said I will try my possible best. Because if I said I will stop it, I'm still deceiving myself. And I'm deceiving you people. But I will try. Because I've already been telling some producer that, please, why can't you use us to do the road that is not, that we cannot see? And they are making adjustments.
But are you open to exploring other options that will bring you money? Obviously, you still do what you currently do. Do you understand?
For now, I don't. Because I do business.
Yeah,
but except the movie, I don't have another work.
You saw that I got really emotional when you were speaking because I relate very well to what you're saying. But the reason I fight against it is not because of I'm trying to fight your source of income. My fight against it is it causes long-term problems more than the 5K, the 10K that they are paying you. Even in this bad boy tease regime, that 5K, 10K, it can't even take care of you in a day. The reason why you're not getting other jobs and better jobs is because of this thing. Because CEOs, MDs, they are on this same social media that we are talking about, and they are seeing this, and this is why they don't employ us, and this is why they don't even offer us good money, because they think that we do not have a choice. His profession is not stereotyping albinism. His profession is acting. Life and the economy of Nigeria has just reduced his talents to that.
I don't think that other people are attacking me. They are saying the real and the fact. I'm like chameleon out of the people that is there because it will still affect me.
Having a child with albinism scares me.
I agree. The reason why is that if someone is rich, is normal. But what I'm experiencing in this country or in this society, if I don't have money, if I'm not rich enough, I don't want my baby or my child to come and face the same thing. There's no other way that he will not face it unless if God has provided enough.
So I said somewhat disagree because I thought about it. I was going to go with strongly, but I won't lie, I have that underlying fear that I don't want to bring a child into this world, especially with it. But I'm coming from a place of optimism. Why? Because I have gone through the same thing that a child is going to go through.
A lot.
Right? And what I intend to do is, first off, I'm building up the child's confidence. You are not different from anybody else. There is nothing different about you. As a matter of fact, what makes you even different is your skin color. And it's even an added advantage. That doesn't mean that people should not take you seriously. Stand your ground. So I'm coming from the place that I see like a responsibility.
I somewhat agree from what you said because right now I know better. I know better than my parents did. I also agree with you because I feel like finances makes it easier. But then there's also so much you can protect the child from because you can keep your child inside. You can, ensure that they are covered every day. But then how many people do you want to protect them from? They are going to go into the real world. People are mean. You people.
Human and social creatures.
People are mean.
No, how you want to do it.
And like again, I like to say that I'm privileged because I came from a family when my mom was constantly like, "You're a baddie. You are this." There's no like. It's just the albinism is just skin color, and it literally does not affect how smart you are, how pretty you are, and all of that. So, and I feel like that helped me a lot, which obviously I will give to my child. But then, if I can avoid it, and I don't want to give you that stress, I will avoid it.
I strongly agree because we can build the child's confidence. We can give the child the best skin protection. But there are some things that, as it is today, there's no solution. The eyesight. Today, when we came here, I met Matilda sitting down, and I passed her like this, and she greeted me, I just said, I couldn't see that she was the one.
My God.
The sight problem, I struggled so much when I was in secondary and primary school because of my eyesight. My child can never go through it. There's a limit to what I can read. Even the 14, when it was saying I said I think maybe my own is 2. And it's not about maybe money. I've been privileged since when I was a child. The real problem that is the coco gongo is the eyesight. So my child cannot go through it. And number 2, my mommy did a lot of work. Me, I cannot do it. If we are going out like this, my mother will remove her scarf. She will put it on me. Me, if I see nude protection.
Yes.
I don't want... Oh my God. The stigmatization from people, the fact that lecturers will be like, oh, can you come? Teachers, they don't understand. Many people don't understand what is going on. I will not bring one child because of pay, want to be sharing the same color. No. Except if there's a solution to this side problem, then I might think of bringing a child to life with albinism. But if it is still the same thing, no.
I strongly agree because of the struggle. Especially in this country. One, we're painted as object of pity. There's that one. Two, the educational system in Nigeria, when it comes to difference, is low. I graduated as an average student in secondary school, but I know that I'm not an average student because when somebody explains what was written on the board for me, and when I get to understand it, when I'm writing my own down, my teacher will be like, you are a very smart student. What's going on? What is going on to educational sectors in Nigeria? What is going on is I cannot be walking to the board and be running back. I'm always behind time.
Oh man,
I'm always behind the
got so
class.
used to it,
I'm trying to focus. Is it trying to listen, trying to understand? I'm trying to do like 4 things at the same time, trying to write, trying to understand, trying to assimilate. And you already know that the educational system in Nigeria already is not very, very favorable.
Hey, you people that you graduated, you try a lot too. I dropped out from GS2 because of all this nonsense problem.
Me, myself, I never see well. There's no lens that works for me. And imagine someone that is not seeing, holding another person that is not seeing properly. Not like I cannot see, but my vision is not clear enough. So I'm not going to say that I don't want to bring a child to this world because I don't love albinism. No, I don't want to bring a child with albinism to this world because of the hassle.
Yes, what we are facing.
The hassle is a lot.
Sight is not that good, but hearing is better.
Yeah, every other signal is
Hey, smell, taste.
and a year fire.
You can't gossip about me. He's standing here. I will hear what you're saying.
Do you know the issue that I have most? It's not that some people did not used to appreciate us. I used to meet some people, even if they go by the road, Albino, I like you. They will just give me 2,000, give me 5,000. They don't know me.
They used to give you money.
No, just hold down. Just hold down. And some people will just see me, they say, my late mom is Albino.
He's like you.
And some people say something. When that thing just used to vex me sometimes. They will say, since when they are born, they have not seen the obituary of albino. Why can't they born albino? That albino should die. They should put their own what are they calling it? No, that thing used to vex me.
They say albinos disappear.
They say they don't used to say albino in the hospital. Why can't you burn your own and carry your own to hospital?
If I could change my condition, I would.
I disagree. The reason why is that if I said I agree, just like I'm not appreciating God for how He created me. So that is why I said I disagree. Normally, when I'm still young, I just see one of my brothers say, I beg, I want to be black like you. What can you do for me? He just go and bring charcoal. He said, when I come back next 2 days, I go back because I'm so happy that very soon I will be black. I don't know, saying a charcoal. The person regrets charcoal plenty. He gave me charcoal. And I now reach house, put water inside charcoal. I usually rub my body. He said, I say, if I don't rub, I should not bath throughout that day. I don't bath throughout that day. Second day, I come the smell. And in our own nature, we have body odors.
Minus me.
Just hold down. Yeah. Let me tell you the reason.
Let him tell us the reason.
The reason is that if you say you don't have, that means you are not sweating.
We don't even
just hold down. Just hold down. If you used to sweat very well, you have it.
No, it's basically everybody.
Body odor is not stereotyped.
Okay, it's everywhere. It's because we said it here now, because I don't understand that one before. So that is why we are here to learn.
Have I heard this myth? Yes. Is it true? No, because there's no scientific backing to prove it. It is just one of those many myths that are baseless. It's not true. I mean, one quick Google search will prove that it's not true.
Mommy asked me, why are your body like this? I said, I want to be black. Oh, very soon I will be black. And I'll carry my mother to that place. Say, this man say I will be black. And the man called my mother, say, they should not mind me, Joe. He didn't push a co. Say, I go be black. So, since that day, when I come, they understand, say, this thing cannot possible. Why am I disturbing myself that I want to be black? I have joy. When people appreciate an albino, that is 30%. But the remaining 70%, I hate myself as an albino.
Oh.
Because the sufferness, because of the sun and the everything.
I chose somewhat disagree because if it was years back, probably 2016, 15, I would have chose that I want to change. I don't grow past that one. So modeling was the kind of avenue for me to, get out of my shell, appreciate myself more. I took a look at myself in the mirror and I was like, nah, you're a fine boy.
You are.
For real.
You are. Clock it.
Clock it.
Clock it.
Clocked it.
Clock
And that's the truth, right?
Yeah.
So if I was to change anything about myself, it's probably my physical attributes. I want to get stronger. I want to look better. My skin should be more popping. That sort of thing. I don't carry with me. Understand? So my fashion sense should work. I actually even started learning that, there are color combinations that you should wear darker clothes to project your skin. I take the good and the bad, and at the end of the day, it's me.
I picked somewhat agree. The reason I picked this is because, you see, this site is very limiting. Growing up, I wanted to do sports. I wanted to run. I wanted to do long jump. All those things we used to do in tower sports.
Yeah, they play basketball, you're not concerned.
I used to do all of those things. Sports differs. I remember in my secondary school, I ran for my house. I even took first. But on getting to the finishing line, I don't know that's the finishing line. I just did run.
It's not funny, guys.
I just did. I would don't laugh.
Sorry.
I just they run, they go. So it was then, and my daddy would tell me, I love that you love sports, but your side, he was like, you want to run, Abby? He will not take me to, enclosed places. Oh yeah, be running. Oh yeah. But of course, what I'm trying to say is this site's very limiting. Another thing is the fact that you cannot walk for a long time in the sun is stressful. Yes. If nobody has said it, I'm saying it categorically. Some burns are very painful.
Very emphasis on
that's why I'm always pained when I see people doing skits and all of that in this one. I'm like, how are you doing it? Whenever I have sunburn, that's when my confidence drops from 100 to like 80 because I'm not the color that I love. And it now takes days, sometimes weeks.
Sometimes months, actually.
When you finish healing, it will now start peeling.
Yes.
Like a facet of your skin will now start.
Oh my God.
I wish I can change. I wish they should just give me small melanin.
They should borrow you small.
Just give me small. If I want to go to the beach now, Mama.
Oh, there's no beach for us, actually.
Mama.
We don't do beaches. Nah,
I go the reason I want to do sun kiss. I want to stay in the.
I hate beach.
Some persons living with albinism are baddies too, but they cannot body very well because of the sun.
Me and Matilda, the same thing basically. The site. I have migraine, and my albinism has made it worse because I'm spending longer time on my screen. And it is, plus the stagmus is affecting the migraine. Yeah. So when I went to the hospital, my migraine was worse at some point that I was like, what's really going on? The doctor was like, my albinism is part of the issue. I couldn't really understand why albinism would be affecting my brain. I can't read for a long time like that. Everybody's preparing for exam 2 weeks. Me, I cannot prepare 2 weeks so that I can be reading three lines every 1 hour. It's crazy. I did not participate in sports. When they told me that I could not participate, I said, thank God. I participated one day and I had bad sunburn. I wanted to commit suicide. Like, my face like this was red, like my nails. And I was like, God, what is this? I felt so bad. I sat down in my house. We were using shea butter to rub it, put block on my face so that everything can calm down. If this is where my destiny is tied, leave it.
I should somewhat agree. Because I cannot even touch my skin because
it's very
the pain.
It's like tiny needles in your
Yeah.
Like they put pepper. It will be peppery.
And before anybody will come and say, and be using sunscreen.
Sunscreen is good. You can see instead of maybe 3 hours with sunscreen, you can do like maybe one hour, 15 minutes. Without sunscreen, you can't do 10 minutes too.
God help us.
God will help us though. That is the best.
That's why rainy seasons are the
God help
best.
us.
Who votes for rainy season?
Rainy season, you need to use sunscreen.
Sure.
I'm happy that this video addressed not just one thing. It addressed the diverse lived experience of persons living with albinism.
I've learned a lot of things about the body odor. You can see many people say, no, it's not like that. I gained that one.
They are not a joke to you. If you're looking for amusement, there are tons and tons of amusements that you can watch.
Take a second and read for yourself. A simple Google search will save us a lot of stress and trauma.
Also, I want to let people know that we are real people and don't reduce us to your mentality.
If persons living with albinism are seen as normal, like every other person, many of these challenges wouldn't even be a topic of discussion.
I beg you in the name of God, help us to reshare, subscribe, comment. But lay good comments, please. Because if you lay bad comments, which will enter your own page and bully you.